So what I want people to understand is you really have to stop. Take a deep breath. Am I really doing the things best possible for me right now? Not in 10 minutes, not in 24 hours, now. And that's one of the key. To stop, take a breath. What am I really doing? Do I follow what I'm really here to do?
Step into the world of success with your brand amplified, the ultimate podcast designed to unravel the intricacies of thriving businesses. I'm your host, Annika Jackson, and I'm on a mission to uncover the stories, strategies, and secrets that have propelled entrepreneurs and business leaders to success. I could not be more excited to have Mikael Avatar here with me today. You're going to speak a little bit about the Mikael Avatar method. And of course, this was created from all of the things that you've persevered through. And you are a Paralympic world record holder. Congratulations to that. So I'd love to start at the beginning.
Okay, let's start. When I was born, I was really dead. I was dead. I didn't breathe. My mother tried and the doctor ran away with me and they couldn't receive me or what you call it. So I was put among the other dead children. And after 45 minutes, a nurse passed and saw that I was breathing. That was the start of my life. And approximately 45 minutes. But in the journal, they only write 12 minutes because normally you can't survive 15 minutes even. So my mom thanked the doctor for saving my life, but the doctor answered, "Don't thank me yet." Because a person born like this have a severe cerebral palsy, probably can't open their hand, can't eat by themselves. They have to be taken care all their life. But when I was 4 years old, I ran into my mother and said, "Mom, do you know what I want to be when I grow up?" "No, what?" "I want to be a mountain climber." And she told me, "You can't make money on that." But she was totally wrong because 20 years later, I was a climber instructor. I couldn't open my hand, but I practiced and practiced so I could climb mountains because that was my passion when I was a little boy. So this is kind of the beginning of my life. I set goals that was really impossible, but you can achieve anything. I believe that 100%. That was a short intro.
Yeah. First of all, your story is so unique. I don't know any other stories I've heard where somebody was dead when born for 45 minutes. And then luckily you survived. But then, of course, your parents were told you had cerebral palsy. It seemed like that your parents, though, they saw that as a challenge, not as something to be scared of. Would you say that's true?
Um, my mom was a very special person when I grew up. We had a lot of people home. My brother was an addict, so he was really in focus. That means that they weren't focused on me. So I grew up as a normal child, but the society, they wanted me to be differently. So they thought I couldn't do bicycling. So they ordered a special bicycle for me, but they forget to tell me because I borrow the bicycle from my friends at where I lived and learned to bicycle by myself.
Oh my gosh.
So, and still here, when I live now in Thailand, I was born in Sweden. When I come with my motorbike and drive to the gas station or everywhere, they can't believe it. They can't, I mean, it's so outside their box that I can drive motorbike, bicycle, or whatever. So I grew up like a normal person because there were so many other people. We had 6 people from India living with us because they went to the university in Stockholm. So they didn't have time with my cerebral palsy. That was not important. So I think it's the perfect growing up for a person with a different personality, different shaking hands, or whatever. So yeah, that was a short answer for your question.
Yeah. But that's really beautiful because it shows, like you said, just because you have a difference doesn't mean that you are not living, breathing, thinking person who is smart, who can communicate, who can do a lot of the other things everybody else can do.
Yeah. And there is different culture. I grew up in Sweden, but I moved to Thailand. And in Thailand, they see things totally differently. But I had my art gallery here in where I live. And when Thai people came to my art gallery, then they told, oh, you are like us, because they saw my art, so they could connect that I wasn't differently. And that's what my goal is. Of course, I want to sell things and whatever, but my real goal is if I can, you can. Because I don't speak differently from many other coaches, motivational speaker, but I have this cerebral palsy, one thing, to get a new angle so people can, what is this? Number 2, I have had a world record. That's 15 hours of training. Nobody can take that from me. And that's my opening to people so they can stop, think, what are you really doing with your life? I mean, that's my mission, really, from my heart, to people to open up.
Amazing. Well, yeah, you are a world record holder in the Paralympics, the Atlanta 1996 Olympics. And most of us can't say that we even would have the fortitude to, to get good enough at anything to be a world record holder, much less become an Olympian.
Yeah, but I think most people can do so much more.
Wow.
I wasn't the best long jumper before I started training, but I trained the most. I had my head, my focus was 100%. And if anybody do 1,000 hour, 5,000 hour, they will be good. They don't need talent, they need passion. Passion creates a chain reaction, and that chain reaction creates your legacy. That creates whatever you want to be. Most people live a half life. They didn't use
Mm.
their capacity to 100%. Maybe it's not even possible to do 100%, but many parts of us has an other dream, but life just happened. So half the life is like half dead, and half the life it's like so. It's not perfect, but I managed. And that's not the life. The time we have here is precious. You should go for a big goal, yes, but step by step. That's why I created a lot of things so people can take small steps, not gigantic.
Mm. Wow. Yeah. So, how did you go from the Olympic to get to the point where you said, I have a method? Now you also have an app.
Yeah.
You are a transformation coach for people all over the world. So, how did you get from being a person who persevered as a young person, even, and said, I'm going to achieve all of these things I want to achieve, to deciding that you wanted to help others realize the same thing?
And that we can't feel, it will feel 10 hours. But so I grew up in this chaotic family with people from India. My first mentor was Abdel Rahman El Khatib. He was from Egypt, and he wrote the Saudi national anthem. It's still there. Yeah. So I grew up with his thinking, the Indian thinking. It's the perfect coach growing up situation. So when I was 10, I was running my first 200 meter down a hill, up a hill, and I was so tired. So I lay down on the ground and I was looking at the Olympic in Moscow. This was 1980. And I thought, I want to go to the Olympic. So I started to train, and some people in my neighborhood, they came with me. So I was already coaching people 10 years old, and and I had to read books because I know nothing about training. When I was 20, this is insane. They told me there is this thing called Paralympic. I didn't know. So I have trained 10 years for the normal Olympic. So
Oh.
when I was 20, I knew Paralympic. That's no problem. So with that knowledge of training people, goal setting, I started to coach people. I did motivational speaker, and people with lack of goals. They had no goals. Like life just ended up where they have children, good car, good house, but there was no focus. So when I coach people, I say, you have to stop. And here came the method that I wanted to create, the Mikael Avatar method. So it's like a personal life path where you can find different skills in your life but to make it purpose for growing and glowing. Most people don't glow. When you look in their eyes, it's like there is nothing, they're not home. So since then, today, until today, I have like 46 years experience with people. And many said to me, you have to write a book, you have to do that, you have to do that. But it wasn't until I came to Thailand that I settled down and figure out what should I do rest of my life. I walked the beach. I stopped everything. There it came. Okay, I have to build a legacy, not for me, for the people after, so they can see that anything is possible. It was a long um, answer on your question, but you see, it's like this is a part of me. This is from an angle that's no different from other people, but with my world record, my cerebral palsy, people have to stop. What is this? Can he do this? Wow, I can also. But you have to do small steps every day. Small steps. I don't know if this was the answer, but something around it.
Yeah, that's fantastic, though. And I want to learn more about your decision to live in Thailand. Those who are listening or even watching don't know. I'm Thai and Lao on my mom's side. I'm a dual citizen with Thailand. So before, the first thing I said to Michael was Sawadika, and think it's so beautiful when people find my country because I know I love it. And I plan to be spending, a lot of time there in the future. So how did you come across Thailand? What made you decide that was a place where you could feel joyful and free to pursue all of these wonderful things that you've put out?
That's a very good question because, and that's also part of the way I live. When you have shaking hands, uh, you can't really stop shaking. You get cramp, you get pain, and if you shake and have cramp for 40 years, normal people normal people with cerebral palsy, they start taking medicine, uh, pain medicine, cramp medicine, and all the stuff. I couldn't in Sweden even put on my socks. I had so much pain. So I had a friend who had a house in Thailand. But go to my house, be there, maybe your pain will disappear or be less. So I went to this house in the spring, and after 5 days, I was pain free.
Oh my gosh.
And I went back to Sweden after 3 weeks, and I had pain in Sweden after 3 days. So I thought, why should I live in Sweden when I can be pain free in Thailand? So I planned under 3 months to move. So after 3 months, I tested live here for 3 months in Thailand. And then I went back to Sweden 2, 3 weeks. And then I moved to Thailand because of my pain free situation. And this, for your listener, this is maybe a drastic thing to do. But if you want to have a good life, you have to follow what's good for you. And business people, if you really uh, follow business people. They are moving around all the time because they go to the place where they can grow best. That's, I mean, that's the thing. And even your personal body need a place, a space where you can be the best possible person the rest of my life. So that's how I ended up here in Thailand.
Wow. Amazing. That again, at every part of your life has amazing stories and things that you would never think could happen. The fact that you were pain-free, maybe the environment, the food, the culture, other things, but the fact that you could live medicine-free, pain-free, just by relocating. And then that really gave you the space probably to work on all of the projects that you wanted to work on because you are, of course, a transformation coach. You have your method and you have an app that's coming out very shortly. And then you also, have a book. And you also, I mean, you have so many other things. You have been a motivational speaker, and then you're also an artist. So you're putting out all these creative endeavors at the same time.
Yeah, but the artist thing, because the problem is when you haven't done sports 24/7, and I mean 24/7, I mean, we train about half a year, 3 months before the Olympic. We train between 70 to 80-hour physical training every week. Every week. So when you come from that and your career is like over, what should you do? How can you get this inspire when you've done something that long that occupied all your time? And this is the same with people retire. What do I do now? They have no clue. They have no plan. So the first thing I met was a painting course. And the first time I felt now I'm free again. It was like running in the woods. The moonlight was coming, no lamps, big snow, fleet, and I felt the same enthusiasm with painting. So I thought to myself, okay, let's do 100 painting and then decide if I should be a painter, artist, or not. So this is the theme for me to do 100. I did 100 YouTube movies. And then the next year, I did 100 live YouTube movies. And then I did music. So I did 100 music pieces because 100 you will go through all the steps for what you want to see. You have too many paintings in your home, and the painting gets bigger and bigger. So you must rent a studio. When you rent a studio, it costs you money. When it costs you money, you're forced to sell your art. And so it's like a process. It started with the painting course 3 days, but it developed to something greater because I still had the energy. So still now I cut art movies for a German friend artist, and we do like art performance, and I love it. I have no clue where it will go, he's kind of famous before in Germany. I'm not, but it's a new angle. And I will do like dance perform. I can't really dance, but if I put it in a art environment, I can do like a cerebral palsy dance with art effect. And that's like, wow, wow, you understand? But oh, I can talk so much about uh, this subject, how, how step by step, but it's like a plan. It's like
Wow.
I don't know how to describe it.
Mm. No, it sounds beautiful. And one of the ideas that you talk about, right, is joyful resilience and doing things that spark joy and continue to spark joy. And this idea of golden legacy or a golden streak. So I'd love to hear a little bit about that and how you came up with, right?
Yeah. So I have changed the name of this app so many times. so so right now it's called, how does it, the Avatar Resolution app. So resolution is like waking up from the dead. And since people are living half dead, I want to wake up the half part of you. And what do you need to do? Yeah, science. I was an assistant to a professor for 10 years. So I tried to be taking the science, some part of the science, not all of the part, because that's kind of boring. And uh, the science said that you have to train your brain every day, small steps, like 5 minutes. So this app that I create, it's like 5 minutes a day. It starts even with 1 minute. Stop, reflect. There is like a text. And this text is very special because what I did, I took all my diaries, all my interviews, reporters, newspaper, blog posts. I put this in AI. We are talking 500 pages. And I told, can I do a daily reminder app that are for train your brain so you can come out of this whatever you want to do. So this avatar resolution app is 180 days because 30 days something happened. 60 days, then this became automatic. After 80 to 90 days, then you have to put in something else. After 120 days, so it's like really step by step train you to go out in the world thinking, seeing everything differently. And I don't think there is many apps out there, but not in this way with my comments from blog posts, diaries. Is a different angle. And if people see me as a person with cerebral palsy and get my reflections, I think it will be a great impact differently for the person following these 180 days. That was a short version, so you get. I'm so excited. I hope I can finish the app and it will be launched February, maybe January, maybe. But I think February it will be launched 100% sure.
Mhm. One thing that I would say is that we're having fun on this conversation, and you like to include laughter as part of that training, that time. So, why is laughter so important?
For me, it's a part of the person I am. And I laugh with my clients on my courses all the time because then first of all, you can distance yourself from all this crazy stuff that always happened to you. Every week there is something stupid thing turning up in my life, and why do I get all? And if you can't distance yourself from it, then you go down. And laughter, I think they even have that study. People who laugh every day, they can't get cancer, they can't get sick, they can't. I mean, there's some really studies on this. And I know if you haven't laughed in many years, you like an ice cube. It's like you, you, whatever gets your laugh, that's one of the keys, most important keys to get back in your life. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Funny story, it doesn't matter because then you get really, really free. Like you and I mean, it's so fun to talk to you. I have to laugh because I know my stories, they are crazy. I mean, normal people don't do stuff like this. I mean, I have cerebral palsy, moving to Thailand alone. I don't know anybody. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, you have to laugh about it.
Yeah, that is very true. And but at this point, you've lived in Thailand for quite a while. Is that the case?
I came to Thailand 2009 in December, so it's like 16 years.
Yeah.
That, or soon 17 years. That's crazy. That's, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It's amazing. How does your family, how did they react to all of the things that you've done? Because I can imagine that they just sit there and you say, "I'm gonna accomplish this now," and they say, "Okay."
But the thing is two things with Thailand. Number one, number one, this is really amazing because they don't really care who you are. They only care
Mm,
about your heart. And they care about
yes.
your heart now. Now, the past doesn't matter. The future doesn't matter. It's now. And if I
Yeah.
have been Paralympic, not Paralympic, they don't care because that's in the past. All the sorrow or the tragic things I have been through in my life, they are in the past. But when Paralympic is on the TV in Thailand, they can ask, "Oh, you were there." Then it's relevant, but it's not relevant every day. They don't care. They care what I'm doing today to get a better tomorrow. I mean, that's amazing to live in such type of culture. That's really amazing. The number two, I forgot.
Well, yeah, so I was asking about your family and their reaction to, every time I'm sure that you, like, broke down one barrier and then you said, "Okay, now I'm going to do this," and I can't help but think they had to be cheering you on, but also just expecting that of you because you'd been beating the odds your entire life.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, if you're a life coach, CEO in a company and you want to learn about yourself, you should get a boy, a man or a woman that don't speak your language. And my girlfriend, she only speaks Thai. I speak Thai very little, so we communicate through a Google Translator. And and Google Translator, that's really, really bad. I mean, so, but 70 to 80% of all conversation is verbal. It's not verbal. It's with your hands, with your eyes, with your smell, with whatever. So you really learn how to be focused. You really learn how to don't talk about the sun or whatever. So when her grandchildren, they are living with us. I don't have my own children, but we have grandchildren, and you communicate with them with your body. It's very few words, but you still understand. I mean, she can write me an SMS and say, "Come to this place, I'm here." And the translation could be anything, literally. And my friends tell me, "But you will never find her." But still, we find each other, even if I never been there, because it's like a connection. It's a different type of relationship that I have never, ever experienced in my life. And it's so different, but so challenging. I need to be challenged myself to explore, because if I think and do the same thing next year, 1 year from now, then I haven't grown. Then I haven't challenged myself enough to grow. And the more I grow, the more people look, but what is he doing now? So I force them to do something. One of the best comments that I had, it was a woman in Sweden. She sent me an email when I moved to Thailand. She wrote, oh shit, now I have to do something, because I force people by being the person I am. You can do so much more. So much more. And the ability that you have is so unique, and you can transform nearly into anything. It doesn't matter if you're 20, 80, you can still grow and achieve enormous thing. 100% sure.
Yeah, amazing. Well, we have some really great offers. You have offered a 30-minute golden pause audit to the audience and early access waitlist for the app. So we'll have those links in the show notes. So I wanted to ask a couple last things. One is, what's a pause that can change a listener's life today? You talk about these pauses, these moments. So what's one thing that we can all do right now?
This came up, so you understand. There was this CEO, big global company, and he came to me like this. His arms was crossed, and he said to me, "My wife sent me." It was like impossible to talk to him, but I should not tell the whole story. But what we find out with this coaching process was that he was angry at his son. I had him for like 6 months because when he came home, all the lights in the whole home was on. So he was angry, closing all the lamps in the house. And I said to him, stop, that's perfect. What do you mean perfect? Because tonight when you come home, it's 100% sure the light is on. So what you do, you stop in front of the bottom and you take a deep breath. And then you can hit the lamp button as many times you like. What happened was, 3 days later, there was this big meeting. There was like 58 different countries in this room. It was a big company. And he was the boss, so everybody looked at him, but he felt the same thing in his body as he was standing by the lamp bottom. So what he did, he took a deep breath and then just observed what the other people did. And he acted totally different at this meeting because he was checking what people really, really are doing. And then when he spoke, he took the information and then he's told something totally different. So the whole company changed the whole structure because of this lamp bottom from his son. So what I want people to understand is you really have to stop. Take a deep breath. Am I really doing the things best possible for me right now? Not in 10 minutes, not in 24 hours, now. And that's one of the key to stop, take a breath. What am I really doing? Do I follow what I'm really here to do? So that's how this app, all the things I have done, it's real stories, real people, real situation, and I try to get it all in my method, in my app, in my interviews, because I really want people to come on, wake up. You are in this situation. If you observe who you are, where you're going, you can change not yourself, but when you change to a positive place, all the people around you has to follow you. That's the law.
That's really beautiful. Thank you. Wow. I feel like that's a perfect place to end today's conversation. I know we'll have more conversations in the future. I do always ask one last question. I can't think of a better way to end than what we just did. Breathing, being present. But do you have a favorite quote, mantra, verse, poem, words that continue to inspire you on your journey?
There is so many, but the mantra that I want people to understand, it's short, it's effective. If I can, you can. If I can, you can. I mean, it's so simple. If you stop for a minute, listen to this pod, or search me, whatever you want to search me, look at my old YouTube videos, especially they for like 15 years. They are so bad. They are bad with voice, light, or whatever, but the message is the same. Can you? That's what I want to give for anybody listen to this.
Amazing. Thank you so very much, Mikael Avatar. I feel peaceful and inspired at the same time. Had so much fun learning more about you and your family and being able to have this amazing conversation. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for the gifts that you continue to pour into the world.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. I'm looking forward for other stuff happening in your life. Maybe we talk after the app has come out. It will be a beta app, so there will be like trial and error, crashing down, opening up. It will be so fun. So fun. Thank you for letting me be at your show.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate you joining me. And thank you to everybody who's listened to this episode, who's watched it. The resources and the tools and the inspiration that Michael's giving us today, take that within your heart. Stay present. Think about how you move forward instead of just looking back at your life. And what can you do to take that pause, that all important pause every single day to make sure that you're staying grounded and that you are being the best you that you can be. Thanks for listening or watching to this episode of Your Brand Amplified. Don't forget to leave us a rating or review on your favorite podcast listening platform. And if you want to learn more, check us out at yourbrandamplified.com.